They're standing still, you know?
But the area must have changed a lot since you've been here.
Oh, yes, it certainly has. And I'm proud to say that my son Bradley had something to do with those changes, too.
Yes. You know, I still can't get over it. I was living here in Port Charles at the time that Bradley was doing his work, and I wasn't aware of him.
Honey, you were barely a teenager. You were thinking about boys and clothes as you should have been. Oh, Lord knows we're only young for such a short time. But you know, when I look back on those times, it's hard to believe that we experienced so much change in such a little space of time, you know? I don't mean the kind of change where people move out, other people move in, or building gets torn down and another one replaces it. I mean a different way of looking at life, at your worth, and realizing that you are entitled to certain things for no reason other than you are a citizen of this country. It's basic human rights. And Laura, that realization is so powerful that it's empowering. That was Bradley's genius. He understood that before most of us, and then he just led the way.
That must have been so exciting for you.
You know, in that community you spoke of, that's when it was born. On living room couches in front of television sets, around kitchen tables, and not just on Charles Street. This was going on all over the country. People coming together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People coming together. And when it boils down, that is the definition of a community. It's people.
You know, I think that's the thing that I miss the most with Luke and I being gone so long. A sense of continuity and a sense of place.
Sometimes it seems like it's a hard-won battle. Seems like every time you turn around, there's another demon at the door threatening the very fabric of your life. But that's when the neighborhood becomes a living, breathing entity, when it bands together to fight the common enemy. And we here on Charles Street, we can take on the best of them.
And win.
And win. And win.
We can expect a lot of opposition from the Charles Street residents once this project gets up and running. So the faster we move, the better it'll be for us. But we've got to be careful of any sudden fluctuations or activity in the market. That could tip our hand. Mm-hmm. But if we work inward, like an ever-decreasing circle, if you will, we should be able to pick up most of what we need before any real alarms go off.
Hmm. How would you feel about bringing Lee Baldwin in on all this?
That couldn't hurt.
I'm gonna go call Lee right now.
Jack, thank you for not questioning something rather questionable.
You and I have been friends for more years than your Mr. Smith has been alive. You can count on me.
Now, you understand something, Jack. If it were merely a matter of handing over the reins to a successor of my choosing, I'd have no trouble walking away. But Damian Smith has no right to my company. He has no right.
You have no right to tell me whom I can or can't be involved with. And if I choose to go after Ned, you can't stop me.
Try to shift your focus away from your sex life for a moment and zero in on the big picture. We stand to make a great deal of money if you don't do anything stupid.
Stupid being voting my stock in which displeases your highness. Do you think that I might find it a little more enjoyable watching you squirm than making a vast fortune?
No. You're smarter than that. At least you used to be. How did we get to here, Kath?
You know.
No, I don't. From my perspective, one moment we were together, and the next moment you had convinced yourself you were in love with Scott Baldwin. Did our relationship mean so little to you?
No, I was crazy about you. You were the most exciting man I ever met. And you were fun. We had fun. Remember what fun we had together?
Yeah, we were electric.
Highest voltage imaginable.
So?
So, I wanted something that I knew you wouldn't allow. Love.
How do you know? Did you ever ask?
Well, I understood the rules. I know that as far as you were concerned, we were a game.
And now I've created a game-playing monster. Now it's, I guess, a sort of poetic justice if one's inclined to look. But don't overestimate your abilities. Remember, I taught you everything you know.
Let me ask you a question. Why does it bother you so much, the thought of me being with Ned? Are you jealous?
I could care less about who you bed, as long as you don't interfere with me or my business.
That is a crock. You may not want me, but you don't want anybody else to have me either. Shame on you, Damien. So unsportsmanlike.
Catherine.
No, I have had enough of this little chat, Damien. Let me just get you up to date on what's happening with me and Ned. Ned comes along with his money. It's a package. So your little incinerator project is less than insignificant to me. Call before you come next time.
Don't force me to make you sorry.
I'm sorry I was ever involved with you.
Well, Matt got upset with me for having the nerve that I suggest that he ease up just a little bit.
I wasn't upset.
Clearly you were. And you still are.
This is none of your business, Kevin. Don't you have sense enough to know that?
Well, as a professional, I'd like to hear his opinion. You've worked with teenagers, right?
On occasion.
Here, let me save you the trouble, Kevin. I know exactly what you're going to say.
Really? I wasn't aware I'd formulated an answer. Would you like to tell me what it is?
I'd love to. You're going to say that because I took a stand with Robin, I didn't give consideration to her need for self-expression. That by not trusting her judgment, I'm undermining her confidence. I'm stunting her development. Basically turning her into an emotional basket case. She'll probably spend the rest of her life in and out of therapy and relationships. Or bound to make the same mistakes over and over again, all because I grounded her when she was 16. Stop me when I'm warm.
Why don't I just stop you? I think your response to the situation was totally appropriate. And in Robin's ultimate best interest.
You do?
Of course. Teenagers not only need a firm hand, they want it, even if they don't think so. Think back, was there ever a time more confusing or painful than adolescence? You're not a child, you're not an adult. Your body seems to take on a life of its own, changing a little more every day. You're being pushed and pulled by urges that are baffling in their intensity. All the while under continuous peer pressure to be cool or hip or whatever the term is today. So, you test the boundaries. A perfectly normal response. As a parent, your responsibility is to make sure that those boundaries are established, in place. Very much a fact of life. As important as it is for Robin to learn to express herself, it's even more important she learned how to behave responsibly. That there are consequences to breaking the rules. It's a valuable life lesson.
That was a particularly obnoxious thing to do, even for you, Kevin.
I'm sorry.
How far will you go, to win these little head games that you like to play so much?
Am I supposed to have an inkling as to what you mean?
You don't give a damn about Robin. And you don't give a damn about how I handle the situation. No, you came in here, you took one look, and you saw an opportunity to make a fool out of me.
Well, at the risk of sounding obvious, Mac, you did that all by yourself.
Get out.
Mac.
It's all right, Felicia. I have no desire to stay.
Finally, we agree on something.
What is wrong with you today?
I don't need his pretentious attitude. Not today, not in my house.
Please make sure Maxie knows I came by to say hello to her.
She'll like that. So sorry, he's so cranky today.
You don't have to make excuses for stress to a shrink.
I'm so embarrassed. I don't know what to say.
Don't give it another thought. No permanent damage.
Thank you.
You better get back to your fiancé before he implodes. I'll see you soon. Ciao.
Ciao.
He went obnoxious. That was obnoxious.
Are you speaking to me?
You had no good reason to throw him out like that.
You want a reason, Felicia? He gets on my nerves.
You're being completely irrational. He didn't do anything wrong. I don't know what you were trying to do. You were trying to read his mind, and then when you guessed wrong, well, you threw him out. What the kind of sense does that make?
You don't get this, do you, Felicia? No matter what I would have said, it would have been wrong.
This is completely ridiculous. And if you want to read somebody's mind, read mine. Because this constant antagonism towards Kevin is starting to feel a little bit territorial, and I don't like it at all.
Well, that's even. Because you constantly defending this guy who likes to cause trouble between us, I don't like that at all.
It wasn't Kevin, it was you.
Surprise.
I am.
I called your office. They said that you were just back from a business trip, and, well, maybe I should just wait till you got to your office.
No, please, come in.
Thank you.
Take off your coat.
Thank you.
Well, glad to see you.
Ditto. So it was a good trip?
Yes, educational. Listen, I was about to order some lunch. Would you like something?
Yes, that sounds lovely. Thank you.
Seafood salad and a bottle of champagne?
Perfect.
Yes, sir. 2 seafood salads.
What's that you're listening to?
I'm not sure. A friend of mine laid the tape on me. And I think he said something about the lead singer's name being Eddie Lane, something like that. No, Maine. Eddie Maine. That was it. You like it?
Yeah, it's fresh, different, you know.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe we'll start hearing them soon on the radio. Whatever. So have a seat.
Thank you.
So, Catherine, tell me, what have I done to deserve this unexpected but thoroughly delightful visit?
Well, actually, I'm disappointed in you. And I came here to file a complaint in person.
Disappointed. Well, I don't like the sound of that.
Well, I was just getting used to being wined and dined and shamelessly courted, and you went AWOL.
Well, how remiss of me.
Well, I thought maybe you might need a little inspiration. It's amazing what a little personal touch will do. Are you feeling more inspired?
Was that Jack Boland's car I saw pulling down the drive?
Yes, dear.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed him. It's not poker night.
No, or breakfast either. You know, I miss all those night games. No, AJ and I had to hammer out a little piece of business with Jack.
Small business doesn't usually require hammers, Edward. You spoke to him about the real estate venture, didn't you?
Well, I'd rather not say just yet.
In other words, yes.
You know me too well, Lila.
That's not true, dear. You surprise me all the time.
Now, be honest with me. Is this venture a valid option, or am I just so angry that my reaction is grounded on emotion rather than on a good business sense?
Well, the emotion is undeniable, dear, but I still believe in the idea.
Well, can you stall Damien's efforts to sway your vote until I have things in place?
Edward Quartermain, I'm surprised you even have to ask. Don't you remember how long I was able to stall you? And Damien Smith is no match for you, my darling.
Oh.
Hi, Ma. I'm home.
Lois! Oh, sweetheart, wow. You look like a regular fashion statement. Where have you been?
London, Paris, Zurich. Ma, we've been all over. Every concert is sold out. The money is just pouring in. In fact, Ma, we gotta hire a whole staff of people just to count it all. Come here, I got you a few things, you know, some things I picked up, whatever caught my eye. Here.
Wow.
There you go.
Oh, Lois, that's too much.
No, come on, Ma.
that's a lot.
You deserve it, Ma, at least for being the mother of the most savvy rock and roll manager ever. Well, maybe since Brian Epstein, huh?
How long can you stay?
Oh, Ma, I only have enough time to stay for a bowl of pasta. I'm meeting the boys in Berlin. Kind of sounds like a movie, huh?
Oh, sweetheart, I am so proud of you. Let me tell you something. The whole neighborhood was down at Nolan's in the TV section when they aired that MTV brand new video.
Oh, Ma, I am so humiliated. I'm telling you, I kept saying to Eddie, why don't you get one of those big supermodels for your video? Why are you having me in every one of the videos, huh? I mean, it's completely tacky, but you know Eddie, you know? Anyway, Ma, I got some great news for you. Eddie and I rented a little villa down in Monte Carlo, and as soon as the tour is over, we want you and Pop to spend the month with us. Would you please?
Honey, we couldn't. We'd be too disruptive. But come on, we'd be intruding and everything. I bet Eddie wants to be with you by himself.
No. It was Eddie's idea. Ma, he is so crazy about you.
Well, he's a wonderful boy, and you are lucky to have him.
So, does that mean no more complaints about him being a musician?
Not one. You were right, Lois. You were right all along. Do us all a favor. Accept him as a salesman. Don't try to turn him into another no-account musician.
Have you ever considered having live music in the grill?
Funny you should ask.
Like this group that we were listening to, for example. A new concept for the hotel, a new band, new sound.
Whoa. Grandfather already put the kibosh on rock and roll music in the grill. I think he said something about when hell freezes over or over my dead body, but you get the idea.
Oh, too bad. Did he happen to mention anything about, my idea?
The Garden Club. Yes, he did. He presented your idea to me and AJ just a couple days ago.
Well, did you like it?
I liked it, yes.
And what about AJ?
Not as much. I think he thought the idea had possibilities, but he's still dragging his heels.
Because he doesn't like it.
That about sums it up. But don't feel like you're all alone in the world. He hates me, too.
Well, it's really not fair. I mean, we hardly know each other.
Count your blessings. I tell you what. When I get settled back in the office, I'll arrange a meeting for the three of us to get together, and you can work on him directly.
I'd rather work on you.
Be careful what you wish for.
Now, didn't your mother ever tell you that being careful is boring? Very nice. Older place.
Are you leaving?
Oh, are you wanting more?
Well, I thought that was obvious.
Oh, well, then, yes, I am leaving.
Something else your mother told you?
Why don't you call me when you get that meeting arranged? Better yet, just call me.